morning, guys. It's a 7 a.m. April 18th 2023. Today is Tuesday and I am recording the video for Monday, which is 4/17th 2023. Okay, so I got little busy with my yard work, so I couldn't finish the end of day video yesterday. Okay, so if I talk about today, that means it is yesterday, Mondays. So for Monday, pre-market note was, it is all about preferred buyers area in both NQ and ES. Buyers have a responsibility on their side to hold it above those areas and break below and hold. We will become neutral for day trading purpose. Holding it above, we will try to favor buyers, especially above Globex high. NQ 200 to 212 is the first defense line for sellers. Above, buyers are proving their point. ES is in good hands for now for buyers. All it has to do is to break above preferred sellers and hold. So essentially I'm saying above preferred buyers area or starting from preferred buyers area only favor longs. And of course of the open we have to evaluate whether we should go long or we should wait or something like that. But the idea is long, starting preferred buyers area onwards. And so that's the preferred buyers area, which is this 6061. Okay, here preferred buyers area is 167, right? That line basically. So now overnight, before open, right, that was 8:30 news and all these things. See here, preferred sellers area, sellers job is to keep it below 73, which they kept it throughout the day, right? At the end it poked above it, correct? So, and buyers also held it here, see that? And then also again it held it here. Then finally one breakdown, that was the target actually, and then it couldn't go lower, right? So remember I said below this neutral, that means you can do both buy and sell. That means if price goes down, you can even buy here, you can break down, you can even short here, something like that. That is what I mean, neutral. I didn't say short below preferred buyers area only, right? So it's a neutral. Above only long, no shorts. That means you cannot short here, you cannot short here. NQ 200, which is this area, to 212, defense line for sellers. See that defense line right of the open acted, right? So but up above preferred buyers area, this is the defense line, but you have to wait for price to go down below, then you can look for short, something like that. Or you have to see intraday movement, then you can take a higher up short here, or you can even go long here, right? But I said NQ, defense line, I use the word for NQ separately, not for ES, right? So ES you can go long here, but NQ you cannot go long here. You have to wait for this area to be taken out. Okay, so but anyway, morning price action was very choppy. See, it was almost like first hour, it was very choppy. 1 hour, and we are day traders, every minute we are watching it. And when price was doing this, not going anywhere, like this, right? See, look at, if you look at NQ, right? So we were talking in the morning, in Discord, right of the open, pre-market was, and then going into open till 10:30, or 10:40, and then I said, what, now I'm done for trading today. It's so choppy, but anyway, I extended my trade out of it, only for NQ. ES I didn't even touch, but then I said, what, I'm going to go for gardening outside, so but look at this, every time NQ makes a new low, 1 2 3 4 bounce hard, every new low. So this is not an healthy price action, and every time it couldn't go higher and up this and made a new high, it did not. So there was a specific pattern that we discussed in the morning, that every time it makes a new low, it moves up, new low moves up, that was a pattern, and then I said that pattern was, it will get broken right here if NQ goes above this, and then for 2 minutes if holds above this area, then that morning pattern is broken and we can have one-way direction. that did not happen. The 2 minute it just came down, so then I shorted it here. So these are all the short based on that pattern. Okay, so 1 2 3, same area pretty much. So then this time when it came down here, I said it needs a 2 minute, it has to stay below this low. Then this morning pattern is broken. See here, it did not broken, it did not get broken, because 2 minute it came down. Here finally it broken because it stayed more than 2 minutes. Then here, when it was right here, when price was right here, I said if it goes below this low, then 148, which is somewhere into this area, 148, it should not go above it. If the pattern is broken and if this low is taken out, you do not want to see price going back above 148. That means you are legally allowed, officially allowed, not legally, to short and defend 148. I said 148, 135 and 125, 3 levels I gave. After that, so I took a short here also at 131. After that it came back up here. See, first time it came to 135, second time it came close to 148, third time it poked above it and then sliced down. See, so those areas were holding. So when ES was doing the same thing like NQ at 10:30, before leaving, so I said 63 is the line in sand, so sorry, here after this breakdown 10:36. So I said 63 in ES and NQ 148, 135, those are the R, right? So which was around 10:40 or so, maybe right here, I said right here when price was here, which is this, right? So hold on, let me pull it out so you can see my Discord also. See, people ask for a proof all the time, right? So that's why, otherwise I don't need to do this. So here 1041, right? 125, 135, 148, NQ, R, ES 63, 60R. See, initially I said 60 and 63, but then I combined and say, you know what, just consider entire area as R, So that was around 1041, right? And you can see my shorts also even before, right here from 131. So my target was 107 or 105, but anyway, so here and then I said, now I'm taking a day off. Okay, so that's why somebody said enjoy the rest of the day, right? So and then 10:53 again, so later on again I reminded R above buyers again, right? So above this area buyers again, above this area buyers again. Okay, so and then at 10:54 I said 94 or 80 is where NQ sellers are after, right? Which is, so this is continuation, right? 10:54, this guy and this ES 5044, right? Around 10:54, which was right around here. And ES touched 63, right? I said 5044 and NQ touch 148. I said 94 or 80, right? Now look at the beauty of it. Okay, so let me move it down to 94 so you can see. 94 and 80, this is 78, but 80 you assume here somewhere, right? Look at it, just touch 80, right? And 94, see that? 94 also acted as a support, see that? And then it came down 80, then it sliced through it. See, this is the sign. This was the price action that is telling you it wants to go higher, pretty much, right there, right? So, but I was anyway not here at the time. I was gardening. I didn't even came back till 6 o'clock in the evening. So this is all after the fact now, okay? Because I was not here. So now I'm evaluating with you right now while preparing the video. So, but I am following the same thing whatever I typed, right? So here I said 94.80 NQ sellers are after ES 50.54. So at 11:40, which is this, when it touched 94.80 area, right? And ES touched 50. See the combination also. Look at the timing. 11:40, how they both are in sync, coming to the level I said here as a target for sellers. See, so this is the hint itself that they both came at the same time at the targeted area. See, that is the key here. That means if you are short, you should bail out. So remember this. See here, I again typed it while I was gardening, right? I had alert at set, at certain points. So here at 100 in NQ. So, and then I repeated it, that's, hey, whatever I said, price came down, right? And here I said got alert in ES also, equal to bail out. If you are holding shorts, call it a day off, because then at that point onwards, idea is price may not go down too much. That means you can take long also, but due to this intraday multiple balance breakdown, right? Price will have a tough time to go higher up easily from this area. Yes, it can provide a bounce, but how far, I don't know. So you have to really jump into the price and really wait for the right opportunity, then you can take longs. Otherwise, just call it a day off. You already got your point on shorting, right? But I was right. Look at this. Once the target is achieved at the same time, then if you become greedy, see here I type, if you become greedy, then you give up your profit, right? So, and that's where I ended my statement, and then I did not respond in Discord at that point onwards because I was busy outside. But you can see it here. See, this was the sign, right? As I said, then price came back down, correct? Came back down where? 94. And then what did it do? Pause, right? It did not go below. So at the same time, ES was where? Making a new low. Yes. Then what? Price paused till 1424 here, right? And here 1424 price bounce. So it was kind of a failed breakdown, right? But not confirmed. Then here that was confirmed around 1445, right there. Now buyers are in, confirming 1445. You can see it. NQ went above 135, right? But then 148 was our border. But see here, the border responded one time, second time. Then you had a price coming into support. Then you had this sign. Then it was holding here. Then, so it's like formed it up, this support with balance. Then it broke out about this high, 135 basically. Now the chances are it will blow apart 148. That's why you can go long here or wait for 148 and ES to see ES 6063 was R, right? It already responded here, but you never know, right? Here was choppy, it may respond, right? So because it was a VWAP and mid also here, correct? So you wait for price to clear that out, 63, right? Which is this area, 63. The moment it cleared out, you can see there was a pause. There was your long, right at 1456. And here you can see it 1456, which was right around 148. So turning resistance into support at the same time. 63, 148, top boundaries of the resistance. Same time you can go long, target this or even higher, depends. But that's how it is, So those were the afternoon longs if you want to take it. Mornings, these were the shorts, just based on this pattern, because every time it makes a new low, it makes a try to go higher, make a new high and then come back down. So that there was no price reading here. It was just a pattern, like I was watching this thing. ES was clear cut, you can defend this area as a long. Like when you see 1, 2, 3 touch, price is not going down, you can go long here, bail out here. Or you can even short here, based on NQ. But shorts are risky, so you don't short. Short here, it makes sense. Here, it's little bit comes with the risk, But, so now, and that's pretty much it. And then what happened? Then, price closed way above this area, right? Right here. Correct? So, since this area was so important yesterday for seller's job is to keep it down. At the end, price went above it, correct? So, but NQ did not went above this area. So if NQ goes above this area and ES holds above this area, you should be only looking for longs above this area if it goes above, and it will become buyer's responsibility to hold above this area if it goes above it in the overnight or tomorrow. And ES has to, now since ES already broke above it, it has to hold above this area in the tomorrow or overnight. Okay, now since I am recording this video in the morning, right, you can see it here, it is holding it, right? And NQ, let's say NQ has to break above it, and then once it breaks above it, it has to hold it like ES, right? Now look, break above it, see that? So going into today, it has to hold above this area. Simple. ES has to hold above. So that means above this area, only look for longs. Simple. That is your pre-market notes for today, April 18th. So I'm giving you heads up in advance.